All right, cool. Yours is already gutted, but just in the future, if you've already, if you end up keep going, if you like the meat and you want to keep going back, you basically just cut up the middle like Fresh showed you. There's a bone right here from what I found. I already did one over here. So it's kind of like chop, but not really. It's got that bone right here, which kind of sucks. So you just gotta dig through that and go up. Boom. Boom. Nice and open. Now you wanna cut the gills. This should have been done earlier, kind of like how we cut the other one, their bloodline. They bleed out really quick if you do that. So the bloodline for these guys are like right down here. You see all that blood that's coming out now? It's because I should have bled it out. The meat tastes better. You bleed them out. Yeah, now we're dealing with blood. The other one had no blood, so it like all the blood squirted out already. But yeah. So I'm gonna try removing the guts like I normally do with trout and see if it works. Boom. I usually just cut about halfway here.
This would be weird if the screw server system was
Just hopefully it's not messy.
Oh, it's yeah. Oh, really? And nope, it's not like trout. With trout, all their guts are connected to their head, so they all come out. So this one looks like it's individual. So you pretty much just scoop it up from. Ooh.
Oh, it's a male.
Yeah, it's a male.
Ooh.
He just came for his last time. Alright, well, that's messy. So just wash it off real quick. Not a big deal. Yours should already be at this stage since yours was already gutted. You don't have to take the head off then. That was just a trial and error to see if all the guts would come out like trout. So now what we're gonna do is basically just start off where you're at. Except for we have no head, but just pretend it's got a head. And this is basically where you're starting. So I found cutting in here down to the bone. Yeah, you need a sharp knife because these bones will F up your blade super quick. So you want to get in behind here to kind of take, you don't want this and you don't want this in your meat. And yeah, you're going to lose like a little bit of meat, but it's not that much. And there's actually not that much meat in these guys anyways. So, cool. It gives you something to grab on. And then you just want to have your knife, your blade right here, always away from you. And you're going to follow the spine essentially all the way down. So you're just going to have it right there. And just keep following the spine, making sure your fingers are behind that blade. Now you could grab onto this a little bit. And again, you're just following the spine all the way up. Cool. That's one. And now you just do it the other side. You want to cut these fins off. Your head's still going to be on, so it's going to be a little easier for you to hold on to. Wear gloves, dude. These are like a cup. They're supposed to be cut proof, but I'm not going to test it to see if I could actually. Now this part would be a lot easier if I had the head. So maybe I should have left it. You just grab the mouth and then same thing, just go down and then follow all the way through. But I'm just gonna make an incision so I could have something to hold on to here. And carefully going like this. Following that spine. Boom. And then you'll have just literally just the spine with barely any meat. Put that in your trash bag. And now this, because these fish, like, they're okay, they're not like the best. We're not gonna try to get every little piece of meat, and you definitely don't want the skin. So you're just gonna want to take this the rib cage off. There's not much meat under there, I promise, and there's a lot of bones on this side. So you're just gonna literally just clean that off like that. Boom. So that gets rid of a lot of bone. And now you're just left with this, and this is the fillet we're gonna save. So I like to start on this side over here from the attempts that I did. I make very carefully make a hole right here. And again, this is just for you to grab on. It's a little easier, gives you like your finger, or if you want, si tienes pinzas, dude, grab some pinzas right here if you don't want to make the hole. Just hold on to it tight. And then just start cutting in here like this. And then literally just
Glide.
Yeah, just glide it off like that. It doesn't have to be perfect, dude. Look at that. It left a little bit right here, but it's, for the most part, dude, it's like pretty good. You don't have to leave it perfect. And you're left with this much meat, which is perfect for you. I mean, you have the same size fish. So you just glide over. There should be no bones because we took care of that problem already. And you're pretty much good to go. You're just gonna double check to make sure, because on one of my fillets over here, I did find one bone. But other than that, like, that's a fillet. And you just repeat the process with this one. Have these rib cages like away from you, and just right here at the edge, dude, you just go like this. Boom. That takes care of all those bones, and we chopped the rest of them off already. So look at that. It's like barely any meat, so you don't have to worry about it. There's no way you're gonna take all those bones off and that skin to save that meat, so don't feel bad. If you really wanted to, you can make soup out of that, I guess, but I'm not going to, because I never finish it. Pintas, just go in the freaking your drawers and grab some pintas, or very carefully hold on to that edge, or find something to grab onto it tight, and you're just gonna cut down into like this, and then get into a little angle like that, and then you literally just pull, and you're just like gliding, and if you miss a little meat, it's all right, dude. You know, it's your first one, so I missed some meat too, but look at that. You know, you have a little bit, but it's nothing to cry about. Put that there, and out of those two big fish, you saw how big it was. Like, this is the whole meat that you get. That's why I like trout a little better, because you get more meat, but it is what it is. We'll see how this tastes. I've had bass before.
Well, you'll see what it tastes like.
I'll see what it tastes like too. But I've never actually brought a striper home. I usually just catch and release these guys because I know they're a lot of work. But yeah, I don't feel any bones. I just double check. If you do feel some bones, I mean, I have this like little tool right here. So if I feel a bone, but I mean, that's it. This thing, that's all that was left. It was a tiny, tiny little bone. You don't have to worry about these. These get cooked out. But for the most part, we would have taken care of all the bones on this thing. Boom. Now those are super easy to just grill up, bake. Me and Matt are gonna eat them tomorrow since Chelsea's not gonna have any. And I don't think sister is either, but that's it. Easy.